nako e fihlile re a le amogela ko showeng ya rona e entšha re tla be re sheba dipapadi tse dingata jaanong lona tshwantsho re le dule le iketleng hobane ho tla be ho le monate thata ha re qale jaanong ka ho dlala diketo. It's time for the Indigenous Games.
The beauty of a new show is in the excitement that it brings, an opportunity to learn new things. Well, on this show, each and every week, without fail, we will be bringing you a segment called Indigenous Games. No longer are they a source of social learning and bringing friends and family together, but Indigenous Games are now competitive sports. They're governed by rules and regulations. There are bodies in place. So this week, I'll be starting off by learning diketo, ngesiZulu abanye bathi yingeto. I'll be taught by the double trouble of Ulebula at the Lesedi Cultural Village. So if you want to know gore ke eng mugusto, ke eng ikhame, what is puffs, I've got you.
Oswaka. Ke diketo he. Ona di bitsa diketo. Game e hamba kanje ne. You have to have your own 12 stones.
Okay.
My 12 stones hairs as well.
Okay, Maralebu, I first want to understand, how did you even get to the number 12?
All right. The number 12. Hona bjale because we 3. We just chose the maximum number, it's 12. So usually when we play together, if we are 2, it will be 24 for me, 24 for her, because the circle should be bigger. Okay. So now because we are only 3, we're gonna make the circle bigger with our only 12. So your 12, my 12, and yours.
Yeah. Okay, but before we get into the practicality of everything, I want you to tell me all the rules, the do's and don'ts. How do I win? How do I lose? How do I get disqualified? Because I'm here to win. Let's have a more second.
All right. No, our lose. Then this is your stone. Yes, you're gonna use that. Yes.
Okay.
So Lebu will start. If if we start then she's out. Or if for now it's game 1, you have to make sure that you take few stones out,
okay,
and then you take them back. 1 should be left behind. Then that's how you win. If you're not dropping your stone, that's how you're gonna win.
And sometimes letlapa la dula moko lining, and then hali dula o chore letlapa le ka mogare. Ai, okay, ke rata game.
Or one time ha ntsha hape again wa kara one tsetana ne wa busetsa bjana ne. And how busetsa o tshwere maybe 5 ne. It means horeng 5 ele o tshwereng wa I busetsa ka because you're not supposed to put all the stones inside the circle.
You see?
Okay, so Lebu doesn't stop playing.
She stops because 1 is out.
So, but had it not gone out, she would have continued.
Yes.
Wow.
We can carry the stone. That's the trick.
No. You guys are starting now.
Oh, you see now I'm out.
Out. Okay, so I've never done this before.
No. Okay, let's give her another chance.
All right, Ariana, for Pop's sake.
Re qetile jaanong ka majwe ha re lo palama majwe a mang. It's time for quad biking.
Pakistan, because we're leaving. What actually boggles my mind about diketo is that it's such an intricate game. Here I was thinking, amantombazane nje asilalele abhorekile ayidlalele ingeto, but it is not that way. It is quite complicated. You see it on their concentration levels on their faces. You see it on the hand-eye coordination, just how they go about picking the pebbles that they used to play with. It is very fascinating indeed. But I have said don't believe me? Let me show you.
Moraga papatso ho latela tse rona ra tjhesa. Ena ke part entjha ya show ya rona.
I've heard of Mosangwe before. Empa ena yona papadi, ha ke soka ke e bona bophelong ba ka. In this game, two individuals sit on a pole, on a riverbed, and aim to knock each other over. To make things a little difficult, motho o tshwanetse hore a behe letsoho la hae ka morago ha hae.
Na re a le kopa ko mahaeng le re joineng ko social media enkabe e le Facebook, Twitter le Instagram. Wena o nagana gore ho tlo etsahala eng?
Welcome back. Do remember that October is Breast Cancer Month, so make sure that you're popping pink whenever you can. What caught my eye is this very cute pink fishing rod. Did you actually know, just for a fun fact, that recreational fishing can also be competitive? Well, now you know.
Ha re boneng hore hantle rowing e tswa kae?
Ancient Egyptians had boats for traveling, for swimming, and for sport. Rowing as a team was a way to get exercise, but also to compete. Rowing in ancient Egyptian sports was no different from rowing today. Everyone works together according to the demands of a leader who uses verbal cues to command his team.
Now, I know a lot of people confuse canoeing with kayaking. Well, the difference is quite subtle. Kayaking uses double-bladed paddles, whereas canoeing uses single-bladed paddles. But I'm joined by Bonnie, who's going to be shedding more light on the sport that is canoeing. Now, Bonnie, earlier on I mentioned that canoeing is a minority sport.
Yes.
Are you in agreement with me on this?
Yes,
one?
I do agree with you. It is. Yes.
And why would you say that?
You know, lots of people, they're scared of water, and I don't know why. You know, water stuff is a very interesting activity, but lots of people, they just don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Left,
There we go.
right. It's very easy. You just dip the whole blade into the water, and then it goes.
Okay, so in terms of the technicalities, I want us to talk about the sport in terms of, you know, the paddling.
Yeah.
How would you even pick your partner? You know, how would you make sure, because we want to get how difficult and technical the sport is.
Yeah.
Run us through that.
All right, okay. When we're doing river rafting trips, like I said from the beginning, we introduce the people, tell the people the dangers involved on a rafting trip. We tell the people what to do and what not to do.
And it's one of the sports that is also dictated to by the climate, you know, whether it's by the water, how quick it is, the weather, if it's too windy, that will change the direction of...
Yes. We reach there. Sometimes when the river is too full, we don't take people down. It becomes more dangerous. Yeah. Wait. What is a crocodile in front of you? It's a crocodile.
Ah, me and Crocs are tight, hey? Okay, fantastic. And then for you personally, in terms of the sport, where would you like to see it reach, you know, the terms of levels that you'd like it to get to?
I want to see it going far with it. It must go far, yes.
Well, as you've heard, canoeing really is a fantastic sport to get into. It is one of the minority sports, but we are going to make sure that it gets to that competitive level, especially in South Africa. Now, we cast our mind back to the Olympics that happened in Brazil just now, a few months ago, and Rowing SA made the country extremely proud. They brought home those silver medals. Now, there is a club in Soweto that is the first in Africa to have a solely black rowing club. Let's visit it to see what they're getting up to.
Phiri Mapetla Zolamdane, Rico Soweto.
Sanibonani, igama lami Siyabulela Akamibalo, ngihlala eClespray Pimville, Soweto, bengi-champion ku-rowing, ama-under 13 and 14. I-rowing mina ngiqale last year, March 29 lapho, and I was umntwana omncane, ngina 12 years, bengingazi nami ukuthi yini i-rowing. Kule singazi manje ukuthi i-rowing it's a sport sisebenza emanzini.
Rowing it's a unique sport actually, right? We are more sawuboni. The only thing here is sightseeing. You know, chop or boil back, chop or boil back. Rohono one hour out touch the side. So kikam khoroanga.
From the team, we went around the schools, talked to the principals, Rokopabana. Then what we did, we affiliated with ROSA, Rowing South Africa. Then we were welcomed, and then Rafoma rowing this rowing team, Soweto rowing team.
Ukuzibona sengumuntu uphezulu ohlonipha abantu ngento ayenzayo.
Wa mo dutseng teng go hae rona re fetola ice e be metse re a chesa.
ho sena mohlodi papading ena, it means both of them win.
Mona he are Switzerland kapa ko North Pole re Drakensberg tabeng tsa Maluti.
I'm Ryan van der Spey from LW Mag. We are online-based action sports and lifestyle magazine. We're here at Afriski for our third edition of the Xperia Winter Whip. It's a snowboard and ski slopestyle event. And yeah, so we're out here enjoying the sun, the slopes and the snow. So we did the first event in 2014, Winter Whip. It's the first jam style event of its kind in the country. It's the only slope style ski and snowboard event in Africa. And it's basically gone from strength to strength from 2014. 2014 we started off, just came up with the idea and put it together and see how to work, and the athletes and riders liked the idea. So we've carried on with it. The whole idea for the event is progression. So we've got a lot of juniors into the sport now. They're obviously progressing through, going up into the different categories through juniors to pro men, ladies, pro ladies. 2015 was the second event. And now, 2016, it's actually a massive event. We've got a good contingency of riders. Okay, so judges look for style. Obviously, if you're crashing on every jump, you're not going to score well. So style, use of course. Obviously, every section of the course has different features. So if riders use different features through their runs, it helps. Style, landing tricks, amplitude, it all adds together. So the rider doesn't necessarily have to put a perfect run down, but if through the progression through the day, if they're doing the top section of the course well and end up doing the bottom section later on, it adds up to their scores at the end of the day. Last 2 years we didn't have as much snow. Fortunately for us, it snowed about 2 weeks ago. It was a massive snowfall, the biggest they've had here in years. And the guys have managed to build an amazing park because of that. So this year had actually the biggest park, the biggest jumps, biggest landing, which is awesome. So weather played a good role. Today on the actual event, it's pretty hot out here. There's people walking around in t-shirts and stuff. So, it's perfect. Couldn't ask for a better day.
As you can see, man, I'm a water baby. Huh? My star sign is Cancer, so I'm playing in the water like the crab that I am. There's a guy called Chris who's doing something for a good cause. He's gonna do this thing. This thing that I'm standing on is called a pedal board, standing pedal board. So I'm gonna be like, standing here, pedaling and everything, just to show you what Chris is going to do, because he's going to travel 7,500 kilometers. Wow, Fatima! 7,500 kilometers to the Antarctica for a good cause here, to feed the hungry kids. Nah, it's about Chris Bajagi, Mara Agarawanungi Chris, Chris Ratarilo. So we'll just dedicate this to Chris.
My name is Chris Burdish. I'm a speaker, waterman, adventurer, and big wave surfer. From an early childhood, my father taught me to understand the ocean, utilize it, protect it, and most importantly, respect it. And I've learned that it's one of the most humbling places on the planet, and no matter how confident you are, it'll always bring you back to ground level and ground you and humble you. So it's the one place you treat with 100% respect, but it's also taught me the most valuable lessons in my life. I'm inspired by pushing myself, my own limits and my own borders and boundaries, and testing myself. And through the achievements that I have and the goals that I achieve for myself and the adventures that I fulfill, I'm hopefully inspiring other people to believe in themselves and what's possible. I think we all have fear. It's just a way of how we deal with that fear, how we manage that fear. When times get tough, that's when you really need to be strong, and you need to just stay determined, stay focused, and never give up. And that's what will get you through the tough times. And that's a true test of character. I have a pretty set regimen of training that takes me about 4 or 5 months to get into peak physical fitness. It's about planning, preparation, making sure that you are physically at your peak, because physical fitness breeds mental confidence. To be the best and a champion in anything, I think, takes complete commitment, 100% self-belief, focus, planning, preparation, and immense confidence, and believing in yourself that you can achieve anything. The one thing that I live by is, if you can dream something and you really, truly can see it, and then you can believe it, then you can achieve it, because nothing essentially is impossible unless you believe it to be.
mo bone Chris o etsa mosebetsi o montle o hlomphehileng re mo lakaletsa mahlohonolo ka o fepa bana ba lefatshe re le tshepisitse gore ko showing ena re tla be re tsa di-sport tse dingata jwanong re a dithunyeng.
The first shots have been fired, and just like the biggest mall in Africa, we've got more in store for you. So whatever you do to remind yourself, whether you tattooing it, tweeting about it, putting up on Facebook, remember that from now on, each and every Saturday on SABC2 from 9:30 in the morning, we will be bringing you sportainment at its best for all the adrenaline junkies. I'm signing out saying Oli Wagwazondo, your host with the most, Sabui.
They say I floss all day and I floss all night. Some of y'all try to floss, but you don't floss right. Now check the stitches in my jeans and I'm sticking gasoline. Louis bags on my back with some Prada on my feet.